The Chinese ultimatum to arrest all trespassers in the South China Sea began on June 15th, targeting the Philippines for its actions in the Scarborough Shoal. The Philippines government and military stated they would resist Chinese attempts to arrest its civilians, and the United States offered assistance to prevent the arrest of any Philippine citizen or civilian acting within the bounds of international law in the South China Sea. The initial deadline passed without reported action by the Chinese Coast Guard to enforce this order. On June 17, 2024, the Philippine Armed Forces attempted a resupply mission to the BRP Sierra Madre, a Philippine Navy ship intentionally grounded and permanently manned by a rotating small contingent of Philippine Marines. The Chinese Coast Guard launched several RIIBs, while the Philippine RHIBs were offloading supplies. The Chinese confronted the Filipino RHIBs, attacked the crews with rocks and tear gas, and used a siren and strobe lights to disorient and prevent communication. The Chinese released the Philippine servicemen, but captured 2 RHIBs and towed them away. The Philippine Coast Guard recovered the boats after the Chinese punctured them, and 8 Philippine servicemen were injured in the scuffle. On June 19, 2024, Vice President Duterte resigned from her cabinet posts as Education Secretary and Vice Chair of the Anti-Communist Task Force, signaling the end of the Marcos-Duterte political alliance. The resignation was due to disagreements with President Marcos over territorial claims in the West Philippine Sea and the arrest of a religious leader accused of child abuse. The alliance was unlikely to last long, as Duterte had to differentiate herself from the current administration. The Philippine government under President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. has taken a more aggressive stance on claiming sovereignty over the West Philippine Sea. In February 2023, the president decided to change the approach after releasing photos showing Chinese military-grade lasers pointed at Philippine ships in the West Philippine Sea. The Philippines' meticulous documentation of the incidents has negatively impacted China's reputation and image globally. The next week will be interesting to watch as China reacts to Duterte's resignations and if there will be more aggressive actions in the West Philippine Sea.